I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
What up, y'all? It's KMV, the Section Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, March 30th, 2026, Cole and Graves on commentary. We're in New York City at the Madison Square Garden, the arena, the garden, brother. You know how it says, Hulkamaniacs. Whoa, 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 whoa. We started off strong, and I will say, SmackDown and Raw are night and day. This show really got me distracted and made me feel somewhat okay, and we started off with Cody and Stephanie. Oh my gosh, and Cody got real here. He got real with Stephanie because Stephanie's like, you're the teacher and the student and this and that, she's going off on him, and he just tells her like, hey, I'm not the student. I remember him drooling all over me, going to his drug addiction days and this and that, the party maniac he was. And I'm like, damn, Cody. And he goes, Stephanie, I know I'm nothing like my father, but no disrespect, neither are you. And it was just like, oh, damn, Cody. Once you get Cody going on that mic, man, there's just no stopping him. And Stephanie said some things, and Brandy responded. It was just like, hey, I'm just chilling, but you gonna start talking, Steph? WrestleMania is shaping up, and it looks like two huge cards for both nights, because the rumor was there was going to be 8 matches on both shows, and that's a lot of matches, and that's a big WrestleMania, if you ask me, because they've been really sticking to the 5-5 format, the 5 format for a while, sometimes 6, but the 5 format's usually been the big thing, and they stretch it out to 2 hours. But it looks like we're getting a lot of action at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. We had the tag team titles on the line in a street fight, Division versus the Usos. So right before all this happened, I Show Speed was like looking for Danhausen. He didn't want to be cussed no more, and then Danhausen shows up, and Mr. Adam tells I Show Speed, like, hey, got you some ringside tickets, to go see the Usos in the Vision, and LA Knight's going to be out there on commentary. And this match was just a banger. Brass knuckles, of course, all the craziness, and I Show Speed hits LA Knight with the brass knuckles by accident. He's freaking out. The Vision get the opportunity to win those tag team titles. So this is Logan Paul's 2nd championship. Austin Theory's a champion again. So a lot riding on this match. But the Vision are holding gold and the Usos are not. Who's to blame? LA? I Show Speed? Of course those brass knuckles, but this was a hell of a banger of a match. We have Liv Morgan, who was cutting deep into Stephanie Van Cure. And here comes Stephanie. And she ain't taking no more shit. She's going to fight Liv Morgan. And before we can really get a beatdown or a fight between the two, Roxanne is back, that little mighty little tiny one. She just goes, on to Liv. Oh my God, what are they doing up there? What are you doing up there? I know you, my God, I have neighbors that are just terrible. But yeah, beat down to Stephanie and Liv Morgan standing tall. There's the cuckoo clock. I swear the past few months I've gotten the cuckoo clock on this damn podcast at least several times, and you can chat and comment that. We get the tag team championships on the line. Lyra Bailey versus Nia and Lash, and of course I called it out. Bella, Alexa, Charlotte. The Bellas, Alexa, Charlotte coming out causing a DQ, and I was like, because I said this last SmackDown, I was like, it's gonna be a fatal 4-way. Whether you like it or not. It's going to be a fatal 4-way, and that's what it is at WrestleMania. We got Lyra, Bailey, Nia, Lash, the Bellas, and Alexa and Charlotte going up against Nia and Lash for those tag team titles, and it just becomes a brawl for all because Charlotte jumps in there and hits, I believe, Nia or Lash, and then that causes the DQ, and this is what sets up WrestleMania. Brock comes out. Oba's coming out. He's like kicking people around. Brock wants to beat Oba's ass, and he says a point when they're looking face to face, and then Adam got taken out. Then here comes Triple H. He's the one splitting these two, and I think I saw Brock mouth, "I fucking hate you," or "I hate you," or something like that of that nature. But man, this build-up has been incredible. Every segment they've been doing has been fire. I cannot wait for Oba and Brock. And I remember talking to my brother about this match, like driving down to New Mexico, and I was like, man, I want one of two things. Either we can have the squash where Oba just comes in and annihilates Brock and sends shockwaves throughout the entire WWE universe, or we do Brock gives everything he can to take out Oba. 20 F5s, Suplex City, all this stuff. Still nothing to phase Oba, and Oba takes out Brock still. And that's a little bit of a longer match than what it has to go one or two ways. And Oba, I believe, is getting the rub from Brock. And Brock is really selling this. But man, Triple H getting out there between these two, this means business. The Intercontinental Championship was on the line. Penta versus Kofi Kingston. Before I watched this show, it was already announced for the ladder match, so I already know that Penta was going to get the win over Kofi. And Kofi's selling! Oh my gosh, the finish here, man. He just went the Mexican Destroyer, and he just was like the statue, and then he fell. But a big, huge ladder match at not with Kofi. It's just like JD McDonough, some other people, but it's a huge match, for that Intercontinental Championship. We get Paul Heyman. He comes out, he cuts a promo, and then Adam comes out and tells Paul Heyman that Seth Rollins is cleared. So Seth comes out, music hits, burn it down, and he has a chair in his hand. He's not dressed in the sweats, he's dressed in a suit, because he means business, and he hits Paul in the back with the steel chair. Yeah, he hits Paul with the steel chair. Paul goes down. Ow! Selling it like, oh. Then, before Seth can even do anything, Gunther is back. This was very random. But I was like, oh, okay. So it's going to be Gunther versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And I'm like, damn, okay. Well, this it just keeps stacking up. Stuck them up. Io versus Raquel. This match was okay. Kabuki Warriors out there. Asuka being toxic to Kairi Sane. And yeah. And speaking of toxic, wait, no, not really. But causing enough of the traction for Raquel to get the win over Io. Roman comes out, then this final, Punk has had enough. He was put through the table by Roman. He got smashed, and Punk came out, fist taped and everything, and they just got into a big old brawl for the mall, baby. We're done talking. We're going to fight. We are going to fight, and that's what happens. And then Punk got the upper hand by getting a go to sleep because Roman speared the wrong person, and then Punk picked him up beautifully for a powerbomb. I was like, whoa, some strength there from Mr. CM Punk, and he puts Roman through the table, and he sits right next to them cross-legged, and that's how we end the show, and I'm just like, damn, that was a good night. 5 out of 5, March 30th, 2026, Cole Graves on commentary in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Moment of the night was Cody and Stephanie to start us off, and our match of the second moment of the night is Roman and Punk. Match of the night goes to the Vision versus the Usos and all that craziness in it. Penta Kofi was awesome. Paul getting laid out by Seth, and then Gunther choking out Seth Rollins, and he was choking him out and pointing at the WrestleMania sign. I was like, damn, everything's shaping up for this year's WrestleMania. 5 out of 5. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. I'm KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
Well, no security guard is going to stop the ruler.